Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 156 of the Fab and Fearless Business Booster Shot Show. My name is Yinka. I am a business strategist, a coach, a speaker, an incoming author, and I support women to create wealth in and through their businesses by helping them to focus on what matters most for the business, which is cash flow and strategy, and what matters most for the business owner, which is mindset and habits. It is my pleasure, it's my privilege to welcome you to this 156th episode of the Booster Shot Show, where each week at 1:30 p.m. UK time on a Wednesday, I come to you with a short, sharp shot to boost both you and your business with one powerful truth and one actionable tip. And for those of you who are fabulous at maths and have already worked out, or indeed saw the notice, this episode 156 means that we have made it to our 3-year anniversary in Booster Shot Show World. And I'm so excited to welcome you today on our incredible episode focused on the power of celebration. So I'm just going to jump and see that we are live over on socials. Hello, fabulous Jackie Raymond. Hello, Ndinga. Lovely to see you. Happy birthday, awesome lady. I am so excited that you recently celebrated your birthday. May the rest of your days be the best of your days, fab lady. Hello, Sam. Lovely to have you in the room. Ladies, it is absolutely a party. I am so excited. And those of you who know me well enough know that when I'm excited, I'm actually quite emotional. But I'm so excited to share what I have with you today. I think I am going to completely change the way you look at and think about the power of celebration. So just before we get started, please jump into the chat. Let me know how you are doing on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, oh my gosh, Yinka, things could not be any worse. 10 being Yinka, things are epic and could not be any better. I am coming in on a strong 9.5 today. Don't mind the weather. Those of you who are in London know full well that the weather is weathering today. And I don't blame it, because to be honest, it was hot for the last few days. And people really complained, like they complained the sunshine away. So it's not so sunny where I am today, but it's all sunny on the inside, as I like to say. I'm a 9.5 today. Sam is coming in on an 8. Strong scores there, awesome lady. Let me know how you're doing. Jackie is also coming in on a strong 8 today. Thank you so much and for sharing your scores on the doors. Ladies, while we are live, please feel free to do 2 things. Number 1, tag an incredible woman in business. Tag a fabulous woman who you know puts out incredible value in this world, who is amazing at what she does, and definitely will want to see more in her bank account, and definitely be on that rich and rested vibe. Tag her so that she has the opportunity. If she is around right now, she can join us live. If she isn't live right now, she can join us on Team Replay. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, feel free to hit reshare. Wherever it is that you are watching us now, feel free to hit reshare and we can pick up on some fabulous algo love, because you are letting the platform know that there is a party over here. Hello, fabulous LinkedIn user who is also Sonia. Welcome, awesome lady. It is so good to have you in the room. Right, ladies, we are talking the power of celebration. First of all, yay me, like truly, yay me. 3 years of weekly shows has not been a joke. It has been it still is one of the most exacting processes that I have in my business and my life, because I am, an introvert. So I actually have to do quite a lot of ritual and preparation to come on and to give real value and real energy in these shows. That's number 1. Number 2, it actually is quite draining for me to be on video. And so it is something that I would proactively avoid if I could, but I know it brings value. I know it helps so many people. So I committed to, and again, when I started, I didn't give it a time frame. I did one test show, and I really want to shout out the ladies who were back there on that test show, really supporting me. Shout out to Stacey Casson, shout out to Equicant, shout out to Sam Stimson. She was there at the first, she's there on the 156. I do have to say, I am surrounded by some of the most remarkable women God ever gave a heartbeat to. And I cannot say enough thank yous to you for your support, for your cheering, for your just ongoing real championing of my work. So I don't want to forget everybody, so I'm not going to mention everybody, but you know who you are, and know that I am so, so grateful for you and to you today. So the thing I wanted to share with you, obviously, because we are on celebration mode over here, is how important it is to understand and utilize the power of celebration. Now, the thing that I know for sure is that we think of celebration in a very narrow sense. That I know for sure. So ladies and gents, if there are gents in the room, drop in the chat and let me know some of the last things that you have celebrated recently. What have been the last 2 or 3 things that you celebrated? And Yinka, I know it sounds bizarre to say, but I hope you're not going to tell me that one of the last things you celebrated was your birthday, because that was days ago. I do hope you did celebrate it well, but I hope you've celebrated many more things since then. What are some of the things that you have recently celebrated? And in what I just shared with Nzinga, it's kind of alluding to the first point that I really want to share with you today. And so, yes, we celebrate birthdays, we celebrate anniversaries, 3 years, woo woo. We love it. We celebrate the big, big milestones, and that is important. But that's not even the tip of the iceberg of what celebration has to offer us when we make use of it and we see it in all its power and its possibility. And so, yes, we absolutely should celebrate the time milestones. We absolutely should celebrate our achievements, for sure. But celebration goes so much further when we begin to dig deeper. Of course, I've asked the question and now nobody's chat is actually coming through anymore. So I have no idea if anyone is actually answering or whether the tech is teching. So I'm just going to take a quick look on my phone to see if anyone has typed any celebration formats. But what I do want to share with you is we should absolutely celebrate the milestones. But there are so many things that we also get to celebrate. So I'm going to look at celebration today from 3 powerful dimensions and hopefully broaden its opportunity to you and the scope of what we can really focus on. Hey, Amy, lovely to see you. Amy says, I hosted some friends for 4 days. I finished my painting job. I went to the gym this morning. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Amy hosted, Amy finished, and Amy went. Sonia has said, my daughter starting a new job, my grandbaby coming back to the UK, and a successful theatre show with a great group of children. Yes. I love that. And actually, I really appreciate both Sonia and Amy sharing these insights, because that focuses on the first dimension that I want us to focus on. Because if you notice the celebrations that they've shared, which are so powerful, and congratulations, ladies, to you and your families and everybody involved in everything that you shared, is that celebration, there is so much celebration in the power of what we do. You note that every single one of those things that are worthy of celebration has a verb, has an action, a doing word. And that is really important, because where we often focus, we focus on what we have. We focus on the achievement. Like I'm celebrating episode number 156. So I have done this 155 previous times. We are celebrating, the having, the result, or sometimes the experience, but often the achievement. And that is really powerful and important. But is it also important to recognize and celebrate the actions that we take? So going to the gym this morning, Jackie said my recent birthday and being network with Bookie, shout out Bookie, and her incredible well-being network. These are powerful opportunities for celebration. And it is important to celebrate what we do. And when I talk about this, and the reason I share this with you is because we are excellent at celebrating the remarkable, positive things that we do. What we are less focused on and should absolutely give more credence to are the everyday things that we do. The things that we kind of consider as, mundane or neither here nor there. These are the incredible things that we absolutely should be celebrating. I love this. Sam walked 20,000 steps yesterday. That's incredible. Connected with your daughter, delivered a phenomenal consultation session. I have 0% doubt that consultation session was off the wall, off the chain phenomenale. I celebrate you, Sam. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Zinga says, hee, okay, coach. I celebrated the keynote booking for October. Yes, with a very high profile board opportunity. I'm celebrating my 5-month nephew's progress. He has a sponsored swim that is so cute on Sunday for preemie babies, as a preemie baby himself. And Zinga, that is so fabulous. Please DM me the link for that sponsored swim. I would love to sponsor your fabulous little nephew. And so, ladies, yes, let us absolutely celebrate the 20K steps days. Let's celebrate the remarkable sponsored swims. Let's celebrate the incredible workshops, the brilliant birthdays. But let's also celebrate when we make a dinner that nourishes our body. Let's celebrate going to bed early. Let's celebrate walking past the fridge, opening it up, seeing something yummy that is not good for you, closing the fridge again and walking away. Let's celebrate the everyday things. Let's celebrate the things that really do power us up for a greater later. So when it comes to celebrating the things that we do, one of the practices I want to share with you is I have a gratitude practice and a celebration practice that I use every day. So I do not wait, on any specific day. I don't wait for the big things to happen because I am a type A personality. So I am very achievement orientated. I'm very goal driven. I was finding that until those achievements were visible, I was like, well, nothing's happening and nothing's going on. And just finding myself really quite miserable, even though I was making progress. And so I want to really encourage you that in terms of celebrating the haves and the things that we have, let us really celebrate all that we have, the big achievements, the big opportunities, and the roof over our heads, the delicious food that we get to eat, the friends we have in our lives, the beautiful people who go to bat for us, who cheer for us, knowing that we have people on the other end of the phone that we can call. Today, I saw a really beautiful post from a LinkedIn connection of mine, and she was celebrating being able to afford bus fare because there was a time in her life when she could not. And I just thought that was such a powerful and important lesson in celebration. Ladies, we do not live our lives in years. So it would be wild if the only things we got super excited about were our birthdays or our anniversaries. We don't live our lives in months. We don't live our lives in weeks or even days. We live them in moments. And every in and out breath that we are given is a gift. And it is so easy for us to forget that gift when we are, bogged down with the cares of the world. But I want to invite you to remind yourself of the power of celebration. Why? Because energy flows where attention goes. And the more and more you seek out to celebrate, the more and more things you will find to celebrate. And so on the have dimension, we want to celebrate the big things, but we want to remember that there's power in also celebrating the small things. You should have seen us. I was looking at some photos recently, and a really great example of this is when you have and you are around really young children. Do you remember that if you've ever been around small children, do you know how much you cheered and shouted the first time they stood up, only to sit back down again because their legs couldn't quite take it, or the first time they took a few steps And then you stopped celebrating because you ran to catch them so that they wouldn't fall. And that's the thing that I'm always reminded of, that when a toddler is learning to walk, they fall on average 17 times an hour. 17 times they fall and they get back up. They fall and they get back up. And at no point do we say to ourselves, oh, this baby's rubbish at walking, they should probably just give up. We never say that. We're like, come on, baby, you can do it. We're like, let's go again. Let's do it again. Show daddy, show mummy, show auntie, uncle, grandma, whoever. We're all about the celebration of the small things. And ladies, I really want to insert some of that in your world today. You were that baby who fell 17 times an hour and learned to walk. You are still that person. You are still that resilient person, that tenacious person. We've just forgotten to celebrate the moments. And I want you to really know how powerful it is to really bring to your mind, support your brain's reticular activating system to seek out things to celebrate. Because the more you seek to celebrate, the more you will find to celebrate. So yes, the having dimension, so much to celebrate in the big as well as the everyday, in the ordinary as well as the extraordinary. And I've spoken a little bit about the second dimension, about the focus on celebrating the things that we do, the big achievements, and going to the gym this morning, and not cussing someone out who did something to you that ordinarily would have got cussed out if you were that kind of person and if you were in that kind of mood. Celebrate the things that are bringing you closer to your greater later. Celebrate the actions that you take, even when you don't want to. This is one of the reasons why I am full-blown celebration in this particular space today. Because video is not my medium. I like to write, which is why I do write. And I do, I produce content on LinkedIn every single day. I do a daily email. I write in a number of different spaces. But I also know that there are so many people who really value being able to see the whites of my eyes and hear the sound of my voice. And so I made a commitment to show up for those people once a week, every week, 3 years straight. And I celebrate that action. I celebrate that commitment. But ladies, more importantly, what I want to share with you today is the other and most powerful dimension that we often overlook when it comes to the power of celebration, which is who we are. We celebrate so much other people, who they are, but how much do we celebrate who we are? Because every person that does the thing and has the thing, they do it and they have it because of who they are, who they be, who they were. And so, ladies, I really want to encourage you, because it is so easy for us to celebrate the person who has lost, for example, has lost all this weight, who has made a commitment to their health, who has done, incredible things, and they're in the best shape of their life. But who we actually want to celebrate is the person who looked in the mirror and committed that because they didn't want to see that in the mirror again, that they were going to go on that journey in the first place. Ladies, drop in the chat and let me know that you are picking up what I'm putting down here. Because if we really get wind of this power, we would be celebrating from the start. And yes, ladies, I am absolutely a walker in this talk. I celebrated after episode 1, but you know what I did? I celebrated before. When I decided and I put the event out there and I was trepidation and I literally was freaking out, I celebrated being the kind of person who was willing to test something that I knew would be difficult for myself. I didn't see then what I know now. I didn't see then the person I was now. All I knew was that I had a mission and I had something inside of me full of purpose, full of the desire to serve and help the people in my spaces. And writing wasn't going to cut it. And because writing wasn't going to cut it, I had to put my face on camera and let my voice be heard. So I want to celebrate you today, awesome lady. I want to celebrate you, not for what you're doing, even though it's awesome, and not because of all the things you have, because you are fabulous and they are great, but I want to celebrate you for who you are, because that is what changes everything. When you look in the mirror, when you look at your bank account, when you look at whatever it is that you're looking at, and you decide that you want more and better, not from a place of judgment, because judgment doesn't serve or help, but from a place of ambition, from a place of service, from a place of knowing that you are here and made for more. I want to celebrate the you being the person that you are, to decide that things are going to be different before you can see any evidence of change, before it even begins to get a bit easier. I want to celebrate that version of you, because it is that version of you that is truly unstoppable. It is that version of you that comes with resilience and tenacity, who looks at the storm, and where others are cowering and shaking, you are ready to scream at that storm. I celebrate who you are. I celebrate not who you are becoming, but who you are seeing yourself to truly be. Because you have always been that woman. You have always been that person who makes things happen, whose good name goes before her and whose incredible impact is left after her. You've always been that woman. Even on the bad days, even on the tough days, even when your hair will not stay still and the makeup is not makeuping. This is not applicable to me. I don't wear makeup, but you know what I mean? Even when you cannot see it, you are still her. And so incredible, lady. The reason why I am so excited to have you here on this 3rd anniversary show is because I want to celebrate the woman I was back then, who honestly was telling myself for years that I'm an introvert. I ain't got no business being on video. I have no business being on video. I hate video. I don't even watch videos. But I knew that my mission needed more. And I knew that I needed a way to connect with my audience in a completely different way. So I began to show up imperfectly, having had so many people, come and help me or to say they want to help me and telling me I use too many filler words. I really do. It is what it is. I showed up imperfectly. I showed up messy. I showed up when the tech broke. I showed up when I couldn't think of what to say. I showed up when I had brainstorming pages that I was supposed to be full of incredible value I wanted to give to my audience, and they were blank. I showed up scared. I showed up tired. I showed up fearful. I showed up desiring to make a difference. I showed up, most importantly, because this was about my mission, I showed up thinking about my mission rather than myself. And so, incredible lady, the power of celebration is most potent when you can look in the mirror and see the most marvelous, incredible, powerful, fabulous human who is the biggest factor in any change you want to see in your business, in your bank account, or in your life, looking back at you. That's the power of celebration. Because if you can celebrate her each and every day, take it from someone who knows, you will absolutely be unstoppable. You will not be stopped. And so the one powerful truth that I want to offer you, it's interesting. I've got so many thoughts and so many verses, so many quotes. But the one powerful truth when it comes to this power of celebration is that the person that you are waiting for The person who is going to make the biggest difference, the person for whom all of this hinges on, is you. You are the person who you've been waiting for. You are the person who is deserving and worthy of all the celebration of everything that you've created and everything that is to come. I love Snoop Dogg. I love the meme where he stands up collecting his Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he's like, I want to thank me for being me. I want to thank me for putting in the hard work. I want to thank me for showing up. I want to thank me for doing the things. And it became a meme because it's funny and it's Snoop, but it became a meme because it's rare. Because we go, for example, to sports day and we see the children running and we see mums and dads screaming their lungs out for the children. And yet they never go home and scream and celebrate and scream their lungs out for themselves. So it's not that they don't have the capability to celebrate. They just don't use that power on themselves. And so my one actionable tip for you today, ladies and gents, since the person that you are waiting for is you, I'm going to challenge you. If you are up for this challenge, bring out your phone. If you are not watching me or on your phone, I want you to set an alarm every hour for the next 6 hours. And I want you, when that alarm goes, I want you to think of a reason to celebrate yourself. For the next 6 hours, I want you to celebrate yourself unadulteratedly, unapologetically, for anything you say, anything you do, whatever comes to mind. Celebrate yourself every hour for the next 6 hours. And then come back and tell me about it. Come back and tell me how you feel, what's shown up for you, how you found it. Let's really leverage this power of celebration to really begin to transform your world. Because as I said in the text for this particular post, the way in which you do or don't see and celebrate yourself is directly proportional to the way in which you are showing up in your business and showing up for your cash flow. So ladies and gents, jump into the chat and let me know if you are up for this little 6-hour celebration challenge. I should have done 3 because it's 3 years, but I did 6 because 156 is what came to mind. And let me check who and how, what is going on in the chat. Hello, Kelly. So excited to have you in the house. Shout out to the incredible Kelly Roach, one of my mentors who is just one of the best, one of the actual best humans, and is so incredibly inspiring. And I'm so grateful to have you live with us on this anniversary show. So excited to have you. And Zinga, thank you for what you shared here. Celebrate me for who I am and who I am becoming and who you are revealing yourself to be, because you are already that incredible lady. Alarm set. Sonia set her alarm. Amy is in on the challenge. I love that. Hopefully, Sonia, I'll be seeing you in about 10 seconds. I'm going to ask you about your 2 o'clock celebration. But yeah, ladies and gents, it has been such a powerful journey. I want to thank each and every one of you who have joined me today for this anniversary celebration. I want to also thank so many of you behind the scenes who cheer for me, who support me, who keep me going when I want to give up. I'm going to jump because I'm about to burst into tears. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so, so much. Here's to many more shows. Here's to many more years. And here is to you really, really locking in and tapping in to the magic and to the marvel that you truly, truly are. You are awesome. I am so grateful for you. Slide into the DMs. Let me know how you get on with your 6-hour celebration challenge. So many other things to tell you, but I have to run. So I look forward to seeing you in the spaces. Take care. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.